Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And tonight we're going to do some news and then we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. All right, let's get started, man. So, what are WWE so far? What are their plans for WrestleMania? So, apparently, they are trying to get The Rock to face Roman Reigns for the main event of WrestleMania. Obviously, they're trying to see with some stuff with The Rock. It's not confirmed right now. I believe that DraftKings is doing like who's the favorite to win the Royal Rumble. Right now, Cody Rhodes, who actually declared last night in a video package that he will be entering the Royal Rumble. He's the favorite to win it. And then tied for second are The Rock and Sami Zayn. So a lot of people do believe The Rock could at least not only face Roman Reigns for the title of WrestleMania, but actually win the Royal Rumble. Some stuff, obviously, they gotta look at his movie schedule. Also, the XFL is, I think it's launching around, I want to say February 18, somewhere around there. So they're worried that could also be a problem, having to promote the XFL. Probably might have to be traveling a lot, maybe, to be promoting the XFL. Could that affect his schedule in a way, even like his work schedule to like get in? Maybe they're talking about me having to do like a match in Florida in the Performance Center to get some of the ring rust off of them. And they're saying, will that even be a possibility with all the schedules going to have going around, traveling, promoting the XFL? And also they're saying that if WWE were to sell to Saudi Arabia, which they don't think it will, at least not before WrestleMania, that could affect it. Just like other wrestlers like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. He's not a big fan, I guess, so that could affect it too. But Dave Meltzer says, I don't see WWE selling to Saudi Arabia or anybody before WrestleMania, which would be April. So basically, it's more about the schedule and him promoting XFL. Could that allow them to get ready for the match? And obviously, probably the weeks leading up to the show be at least on either Raw or SmackDown promoting the match, doing promo segments with Roman Reigns. So apparently the big obstacle probably is not even the movies. It's more like the XFL. Now the XFL, it launches on February, like I said, I believe 18. I'm not sure, though. I could be wrong. WrestleMania is not until, April 1st, April 2nd. I feel like it's almost going to be over by then. So, most of the preview, previewing WrestleMania, like promoting it would probably be in maybe February, March, especially March. By the time the XFL is going to be not only started, but possibly all the way halfway gone by the time they get to like April. So I think it could work out. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. And then again, Triple H, just like on SmackDown, had a talent meeting with the wrestlers. He told them, I am still in charge of creative. He said, I do consult to Vince McMahon about some possible advice for stuff. But at the end of the day, I have final say over creative. They're saying Vince McMahon is back in the office. And they're sad. At first, he was only focused on the sale. Who are we selling the company to? But now, the last few days, he started to talk about some other stuff, giving suggestions to different apartments, telling people that they were doing things wrong in WWE headquarters. A lot of people believe he's waiting for the right time to go to make a TV appearance to get that big pop from the audience. A lot of people, I know a few days ago, it said maybe a Royal Rumble he would come out. Raw 30s next week. Could that be a possibility? But a lot of people believe he is sort of waiting for the right time to make a big TV appearance so the fans can go off on him and pop off. So we'll see, man. Again, I think it's like getting in the swimming pool slowly, first step, second, third step before you're dove and you're in the deep end. He's going to be in charge of everything. But we'll see what happens. A lot of wrestlers are nervous because Triple H seems to have a different eye for talent than Vince McMahon. Obviously, Vince McMahon releasing all those guys, and Triple H has been bringing them back. So especially a lot of those guys, I think, are scared that they're going to get possibly released again, or just become jobbers and not even be used if Vince McMahon would completely take control of creative. So supposedly, yeah, a lot of especially probably the guys that just got brought back with the Triple H era are nervous about their future if Vince McMahon would completely take over again. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw from freaking Cincinnati, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. Let's get out the. What was the date? Okay. Let's see here. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw from Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's see. Lately, they've been struggling. There we go. Lately, I've been struggling finding the articles. All right. So we start off the damn show with the undisputed champions, the Usos coming out with Sosa Cola, no Sami Zayn, pretty much doing a promo how, you know, they've been champions for how many days and they're going to continue to be champions. They're going to put down they announced that next week they're going to have all the bloodlines from all the different generations, and they're going to all acknowledge and honor Roman Reigns. A lot of people are saying that maybe The Rock's going to be there, right? Because he's part of that bloodline. He's part of that Samoan family. So pretty interesting to see. I expect guys like Rikishi and all those guys to be there. So we'll see, man. And then, you know, as soon as they say they're going to not only honor Roman Reigns next week with the bloodline, also they're going to defend their tag team titles versus the Judgment Day. And Judgment Day comes out, have obviously a promo with them, a stare down. Damian Priest, Finn Balor. At the end, freaking Dominic says it was freaking also called scared. He's just standing back there. He's a wannabe essay. He said that's what an Uso pretty much is. It's a wannabe essay. Ese lo tobato. And then fucking Solo Sikoa just stares up at Dominic. And then freaking Rhea Ripley comes out of nowhere. And they end up having a stare down. Dominic and Solo Sikoa, man. So it looks like this feud is going to end next week already. I was hoping for this to milk out a little bit long. I thought we had a few matches there. Solo Sikoa versus Damian Priest would have been good. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn would have been good. But it looks like they're already going to end the next week. I feel this feud if they could have taken their time, even though it's heel versus heel, there was a lot of good stuff that they could have potentially done leading up to the tag team match eventually. It appears it's going to be Damian Priest and Dominic that are going to be in the tag team. Even though Finn Balor did most of the work and the gauntlet last week, at the end Dominic finished it out with Damian Priest. I know there's a lot of rumors that Triple H could potentially have like a big run for Damian Priest, like maybe for a WWE champion. But who knows now with Vince McMahon at any time taking over now? Who knows about that? But it looks for now it's gonna be it looks like it's gonna be Damian Priest and Dominic tagging up to take on the Usos next week. So then they just brawl out, man. They start beating the hell out of everybody, man. Mustafa Ali out of nowhere comes out, and then he starts attacking Sosa Cola, which leads up to a match. Sosa Cola versus Mustafa Ali. Obviously, freaking dropped out. Freaking Sosa Cola wins that match pretty easily. Then after the match, Kevin Owens comes out and he starts beating the shit out of all three of them, man. To the point where, like, he just like on SmackDown, Sosa Cola did a freaking splash off the security barricade onto the announce table and put Kevin Owens through it. Kevin Owens is about to do the same thing with Sosa Cola. He beats up the Usos with chair shots. They're down. But then security comes out, Adam Pearce, and they take him out. But they made him look pretty strong, pretty much like a badass, as they should, as he is the #1 contender for the WWE Universal Championship. The Usos end up kind of running away, looking like scared off, as Kevin Owens is being held by the security. This was a pretty good way to make Kevin Owens look like a legit threat to Roman Reigns' title. So good job right here. Let's see here. Then we have a video package with Cody Rhodes, where he announces that he's going to be coming back at the Royal Rumble. Like I said, he's favorite to win the match, according to DraftKings. So we'll see what happens, man. So officially, he's back in the Royal Rumble. And then we get a freaking we had a tag team match, the Street Profits versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. MVPs with them. So still, I think he's trying to see if they can impress them, right? I think that's what they're trying to do. They continue to tease the Hurt Business being put back together. Obviously, Pendejo face, they lose. Street Profits win. Whatever. And then pretty much, let's see here, we get a freaking segment between Becky Lynch and Bayley. They just insult each other. I think Becky tells Bayley, you peaked in 2015, you're done. And then Bayley tells Becky, well, the only reason you're famous is because back in 2018, 2019, whenever it was, you got punched in the face by Nia Jackson. She broke your nose. They're just pretty much taking shots at each other. Pretty much, Becky ends up challenging her to a cage match. Next, we get Raw 30. Bayley accepts, and that's pretty much it. Then Becky just walks away. So that's it. They agree to have a cage match next. We got Raw 30. All right. I think that's a good. It seems like they're not a lot of these potential single matches, or even the tag team match with the Usos and the Judgment Day. They would probably save for Royal Rumble. They're probably gonna do them next week, and since it's Raw 30, and then it looks like it could just be right now. I think it's just Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bray Wyatt, LA Knight, and the dark match, and then Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens. Right, everything else is the 2 Royal Rumbles. It looks like a lot of the matches are going to instead maybe do at Raw 30. So we'll see, man. And then we get Elias versus Amos. Pretty much they have a backstage segment. Elias is trying to talk to Adam Pearce about getting in the Royal Rumble. And then MVP tells him, don't bother, man. You're not even going to win it. And Elias is like, you're going to win it. Come on, man. You haven't been relevant in years as far as the WWE, as far as the in-ring competitor goes. He's like, okay, man, you're going to be facing the winner of the Royal Rumble. So Elias thinks he's going to be facing MVP, but it turns out he brings back Amos. So kind of very interesting to see what the MVP is doing here. He's trying to recruit Bobby Lashley back. He's trying to at least give the Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin a chance to impress them. But then he's also still with Amos here. He brings out Amos and ends up being Elias versus Amos here. Obviously, Amos squashes Elias. Yeah, pretty interesting to see what all the stuff they're doing here with MVP, man. Next, we get the freaking Judgment Day. Damian Priest and Dominic versus the Alpha Academy. It looks like potentially the Alpha Academy might be baby faces now. Who knows, man? Good match here, but obviously at the end, Judgment Day being the tag team, the #1 contender for the tag team titles. They win the match. Judgment Day wins. Then we get a freaking tag team match. Damage Control, Dakota Kai versus Misha Yane. And so it was a singles match between Dakota Kai and Misha Jane. Whatever. I wasn't really into this. Misha Jane wins the match. I guess maybe they're going to challenge them. Misha Yane and Candice LeRae are going to challenge Damage Control for the women's tag team titles. I don't know, man. Who cares? And then we get the freaking we got a segment with Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss. Pretty much Bianca Belair's like, I'm happy to be back, man. I missed you guys. You know, that's what comes along with working here. You can get taken out at any time. But then she calls out Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss comes out, and Alexa was like, I'm gonna enter the Royal Rumble and I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble. Then I'm gonna beat you at WrestleMania for the women's title. And Bianca was like, no, man, I'll make it easier for you. I'll just offer you a chance to face me at Royal Rumble for the women's title. You don't have to worry about beating 29 other women. And then Alexis, what's the catch? And then she's just like, just make a decision, you know. And then she's like, I'll take it, man. I'll see you at Royal Rumble. And then Bianca Belair's like, oh, I'll see you tonight. And then she starts beating the hell out of her throughout the crowd, man. She's beating the hell out of Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair. And then she puts 2 chairs up, and she's about to like throw them through the chairs, like a table. But then Uncle Howdy shows up, man. Uncle Howdy shows up. Bianca Belair gets distracted. Alexa Bliss gets back up. She recovers, and she hits a DDT on the floor. And that's pretty much how that segment ended. It's pretty interesting how they're presenting this Uncle Howdy character, because he's with Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt's a babyface. But then he's also with Alexa, and Alexa's a heel. Pretty interesting to see how this is working. It's pretty much being a manager and representing, a babyface in Bray Wyatt, but also representing a heel in Alexa Bliss. Pretty interesting how they're doing this with Uncle Howdy. They're putting them together, so obviously they have history from back in 2020, 2021, right? Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. But pretty interesting to see how they're doing it, where one's a heel, one's a babyface. So then what's Uncle Howdy? We don't know if he's a babyface or a heel. I would say he's a heel, but who knows? But yeah, pretty interesting, man, how they're doing it. One's a heel, one's a babyface. Then we get a freaking Akira Tozawa versus Bronson Reed. Akira Tozawa comes Adam Pearce. I won in the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce has impressed me tonight in a match. Obviously gets completely squashed by freaking Bronson Reed. Whatever. So let's see here. They say all the guests, and all the matches for Raw 30. Whatever. And then they put it's the freaking main event, man. The 6-pack challenge, elimination style. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. Winner, that last man standing, faces Austin Theory. I'm pretty assuming at Raw 30 next week for the United States Championship. Austin Theory's out at commentating. Pretty good match, I guess. Obviously, the main event. He got almost about 30 to 25 minutes. Pretty good match. And when the first fall, I'm like, wait, it's over already? I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know it was an elimination. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But no, it was an elimination, man. But it was good stuff, man. Miz was the first person eliminated. Then Dolph Ziggler. Then Finn Balor. And then Baron Corbin. And then it was down to Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley. And freaking, again, MVP comes out with Amos. Everybody thinking he's going to freaking screw Bobby Lashley. But instead he helps some man. He freaking Austin Theory hits Bobby Lashley with the belt. And Amish choke slams, or he tries to choke slam Theory through the announce table. When as he's doing it, freaking Seth Rollins hits the curse stomp on Amish, and then he starts beating him up. But then as he's beating him up, he gets distracted. That just gives him enough time to Bobby Lashley to recover from getting hit in the face with the belt by Austin Theory. And Rollins gets back in the ring. He's looking for the curse stomp, but as he tries to hit it, Bobby Lashley gets back up and hits him with a spear, and Bobby Lashley wins. So Bobby Lashley is the number one contender for the United States Championship versus Austin Theory. At the end, they just have a stare down. Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory back up, just raising the title. So it looks like Amos, was the one that provided the distraction and helped Amos win the match and helped Bobby Lashley win the match. So what are they going here? They're gonna put the Hurt Business now. It's gonna be Amos, Bobby Lashley, plus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Is that what they're going with? Maybe they feel like Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander are not big stars, so they want to make it a bigger deal by also adding Amos on it, along with obviously Bobby Lashley. Who knows? But it looks like that must be what they might be going with. It looks like that's what they might be going with. As far as the Hurt Business goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's it, man. The show was, average. You can see they're saving a lot of stuff for next week. The beginning with the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. And then, after the Souls of Cola and Mustafa Ali, the way Kevin Owens come up and attack them, I guess that was good. The segment between Becky Lynch and Bayley was good, agreeing to that cage match next week. And then, the other segment where you had Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair brawling and Uncle Howdy showing up, providing the distraction, and then Alexa Bliss ending it with DDT over on the floor on Bianca. And then, before that, they agreed to have the match at a Royal Rumble. And then I guess, the 6-pack elimination challenge was good too. Interesting there what they did at the end with Amos and MVP pretty much helping Bobby Lashley win the match. So there was some good stuff in there, but there was also a lot of filler in there. They're like, it just doesn't matter, man. And kind of an average show. Hopefully next week they finally have a good show. It seems the last time they had a good show was probably the first Raw of the year. So it's been a few weeks where they just had some average shows, but I think next week will for sure be good, and I can't wait. But until next time, I'm out.